Good morning. This is Mark Leibovit of the LeibovitvRnewsletters.com. Under LeibovitvRnewsletters.com, we have our VR Trader Platinum, which posts specific recommendations, our VR Trader Silver, which is general market commentary. We also offer the Leibovit VR Gold Letter, the Trader's Book of Volume, which is my definitive work on volume in the market. You can subscribe to that directly on the internet through Amazon and other sources. We also have our annual forecast model, which you should pay attention to. That's coming out in January, and you can subscribe to that too here at LeibovitvRnewsletters.com. And soon to be released our new Vice letter, which will be covering the cannabis stocks. More on that as we get closer to launch. With all the interest in crude oil, I thought I'd put up the OIL chart here this morning, which is the ETN for crude oil, and as you can see, as early as last Tuesday, I believe a negative VR was posted. Metastock doesn't count beyond the 6 signals, so the 6 negative VR here in the OIL was posted way back on September 10th, so there was actually 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive Leibovit negative VRs, and on the sequential indicator we count consecutive. So you can see there's no question about the downtrend here, about the negative volume, and there was no sense of how much amplitude, though there was a lot of talk about crude oil going well down into the 70s, 60s or lower. In fact, we did generate a projection into the mid 60s, which we reported on our newsletter. But if you were trading the 2-day rule, and we do have a 2-day version of this indicator, as you know, this is the sequential version, we have a 2-day version, you would have had a nice profit on Friday. In fact, probably been instructed just to take the profit on Friday after a nice break like that. Probably due for a bounce here. I like to see volume come into the upside before I do that, but very clear signals here in terms of the downtrend. Let's look at the weekly chart, and you can see on the weekly chart 5 consecutive Leibovit negative VRs over here, stretching well back into the April period. So, plenty of warning about the downtrend there. Clearly well oversold here as well, but a lot of warning and a high correlation here with the Leibovit negative VRs. In fact, way back here, it looks like March, you had a Leibovit positive VR on a weekly basis. You had a rising stochastic, so there was actually a couple 3-week trade here to the upside before it reversed. And as a reminder, that's how we tie in the stochastic. We try to see a rising 533 stochastic with a positive Leibovit negative VR, a positive VR, and a downtrending stochastic with a negative VR. So we try to put all those pieces together for you. Looking briefly at the XLE, which is the energy ETF. Let's put that up here for you. This is a weekly chart on the XLE. Of course, this combines a lot of oil shares, not just the oil itself. You can see there was plenty of warning here on the weekly charts as well, going back into August and September, and last week a big break on negative volume. But interestingly, we held the lows on the 200-week moving average on XLE, which is at 77.51. We didn't quite get there. Maybe that'll happen this week, but I just think it's sort of interesting that we held that support area despite the big break in crude oil itself. So in a way, you might be setting up a little bit of positive divergence. Let's see how this trades on today, Monday. Meanwhile, that's pretty much it. Thanks for checking in, and we'll update you hopefully in the next few days with another tutorial video here. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me, mark.vrtrader@gmail.com. Again, mark.vrtrader@gmail.com. And thanks for signing in and checking in here on Metastock.